Hello, this is Mike, NoStressMike.com, and uh, I've been I've been thinking. I've had a few people ask me how few men, all have been men, and they've asked how do they find a woman, and so I've had a lot of men ask me that stuff. I've had a few men that I've asked, why don't you have a woman? And the ones that didn't have one and I've asked, they all come up with kind of the same reason. And that's the women, it's hard to satisfy a woman. It just seems like it's a non-stop kind of thing. And they were in their 30s and 40s, the ones that I've asked about that. And then uh, the men that I know in their 60s and 70s, you know, looking for a woman just doesn't not even on their thing. So I'm one of the few that just keep on looking for whatever reason. And but the thing that started me thinking on this is I remember when I got married. My wife was 21. I was 22, and my wife was, and that's the only woman I know. Like I said, I didn't have a mother, so the only woman experience I've had was my wife, and she was, compared to me, she was really, really smart. I mean, she was real smart, and um, she could read. She read a lot. I mean, she was always reading, and when she wasn't reading, she'd be listening to music or maybe watch a little TV, something like that. She wasn't real active, and but one thing when we first got married, like I said, she couldn't speak English, and we were living here in Kansas when we first got married. And like I say, she was really, her mother and father did a really good job on raising her. Uh, she didn't make me do anything. She didn't say, don't do this, don't do that. She never did that. And when we first got married. Now, as we years after we were gone with each other and stuff like that, and we realized she realized what my weaknesses were. Then she was more apt to tell me things, and I never took them as, don't tell me that. I never come across that. One of the things I thought was really odd is, I thought, I don't want anybody to tell me what to do. And so I'd start hanging around the bar. Uh, and she never said don't. And so I'm hanging around the bar, and it didn't take long for me. I look around the bar and I said, every time I come in a bar, I see these people, and every one of them, they weren't anything like me. And I'm thinking, they're here to escape something. And so I'm thinking, and we're going to be good buddies and stuff like that. Well, we don't have things in common. And one of the things is they're escaping, and me, I'm trying to show that I can do whatever I want. And that's when it dawned on me, I need to be home. I need to be with my wife. And so then I started staying home, no big thing. And but the one thing that I know, when we were young, we didn't have any money. We're trying to get our lives together and stuff like that. There was times that I would, uh, well, I hate to say this, but I would kind of play with her mind, and I need this, and And because a lot of stuff she had no idea what I was talking about, and here I'm ready to do it, and you know, and then she says, "Well, what are you saying?" And then I'd say, "Well, I want to get this." It's something. And she says, "Is this something you really need?" And I go, "Yeah." And she says, "Well, then you get it. I mean, if you got the money, get it." So uh, so she was really, really good on this stuff. And but I noticed one thing is emotionally. Now you got to remember, like I said, I didn't have no mom. I don't do things. I, I, I think like a guy. I mean, if it's in front of me, I think about it. If it's not in front of me, I don't even think about it. So, and but one thing, she was concerned about a lot of things, and then we'd talk about it, and then I'd tell her, give her some options, stuff like this, and so she wasn't. I was able to keep her calm, but I did notice she would get emotional over stuff, and it would be easy. It would be easy for me to make her get kind of goofy, you know. I don't know how to say it. Uh, because she's so emotional, uh, it would be easy for me to turn that and weaken her thinking. And there was times that I did that, and that's what I'm saying. I feel bad about doing it, but there was times I did that, and then afterwards I realized that wasn't a good thing to work on her mentally. And then that's the part that got me is after a while, a few times I would do this, I would think, man, this is what am I even doing this for? Because for me, I'd rather have you and six of your friends take me out back there and beat the living hell out of me than for my good friend to keep telling me, that I'm not doing this right, I'm not doing that right, and all this kind of stuff, because he's messing with me emotionally. And the thing is, on a male, it's confidence. We're dumb as hell when we're young, and as we get older and older and older, we gain more confidence in what we're doing, and we get more confidence. Like I say, I've traveled and I see things. When I first started saying, oh, "What is that?" Well, as you get more confidence, it it just makes you a much stronger man. And that's what I was doing with her, is I wasn't helping her gain her confidence, and that's what I'm saying. That's why I felt bad. That's why I said, I'd rather get a beating than have somebody messing with my mind. And then after that, I stopped messing with her mind. But and I say I had no mother or father. I had nobody to talk to. What's going on? Why would she say stuff like this? Why would she do like this? But that's something that I've noticed, because I know men that have treated their women badly, and I was trying to figure out why, or what is it they're trying to do, and I don't even think they know. They don't realize what they're doing. But what they're doing is breaking down the woman's confidence in what they're doing. This is just what they say. When you're going to lie to your woman, you just keep the lie going, keep the lie going, and then she'll believe it. And it's something I didn't do. I'm not a good liar anyway. My wife knew that, so I mean I didn't try to lie to her. But I hear that. Yeah, that's why you're out playing around with other women and you get caught, and then you say, "Well, no, she was just a friend." Yeah, yeah. You just kind of do like that kind of stuff, you know, because they're so emotional. You start loose. You start messing with their minds. They'll lose their confidence, and then, well, maybe he's telling the truth. Maybe he's telling the truth, stuff like that. So and I say I got over that stuff way early on. So, and this is what made us a good couple, is I trusted whatever she had to say and think, but building up confidence is a big thing, and for a man, it's everything. And I would say now, as I'm older and wiser, it's the same with women. Because now, when I see women, I say now I'm old, uh, a relationship with a woman is different than what it was when I was 22 years old. And, and I talk to these women and I can see uh, they have no reasoning behind what they're thinking, and a lot of times you don't even know what they're thinking. But I mean, it's that bad, and I think that's just an emotional thing in general for women. And now all this, I might be wrong on all this. I doubt it because I've had a lot of thought on this for years and years. And now what's happening is these young women, you see, okay, like Black Lives Matter. I mean, a lot of these people are white women. I mean, they're not too smart. I mean, what's going on? They're too emotional. They're thinking on all this stuff emotionally, and that's what gets them all crazy. And this is what's a big turnoff for a guy, and I don't think the guy understands the woman doesn't have a guy to throw thoughts at and bounce off information, ideas, and stuff. So she's getting crazy, and that's why these young women are really weird. And like I say, you don't know what they want and why, because they don't know what they want. They're really weird, and I hate being like that because I've seen the same thing as they get older. They've had bad things happen to them and stuff like that, and I understand that. You get gun shy, so then I understand that. But it's really weird to me. It's really weird. But you got to remember, I had a good relationship where we both enjoyed each other. We both learned from each other. We both improved, and I know that's something that you're not going to find very much of in the way of couples. They don't understand how much they need each other. Some do. A lot of I'll tell you, your good couples, they already know that. They may not know exactly what's going on, but they've figured out they need the other person, and they're going to make it work. So, and I feel sorry for people like me and these young men and stuff can't find anybody because you're really missing out on a lot. I'm real thankful that I had 42 years of a fine relationship, and it really improved me as a man, just like I know it would on these other young men that I talk to. Anyway, that's my thoughts. This is Mike, NoStressMike.com.